Good evening, Fish. Welcome to Vectors Radio.
Hello, good evening, and how are you?
Thanks for joining us on a Saturday night. I know you're a very busy man.
Yeah, finally we got together. I really apologise for the last time when I should have been on. That I forgot for some reason or other. But we're now here live. How are you?
Oh, great, thanks. Of course, you've got an album that's been out a few months now. The album's called A Feast of Consequences. How's that been going?
It's going well. It's it's been out since last September, October, but it's only been on mail order on the website, which is fishheadsclub.com. And but we're just about to launch it on iTunes at the end of April. And you can pick it up on Amazon and buy it through the official websites and stuff. And we've just been rolling it out. It's an independent album. It's been a kind of strange way of working things, rather than the box of fireworks you always get at the beginning of the promotion campaigns. It's like a very long, slow burn, which is why we're out on the tour in May, you know.
Okay, that's good, and I believe that you're heading south on your tour. I believe you're playing in Brighton.
Yeah, we're down in Brighton. I was down there recently at the Sea Life Centre. I did a short acoustic set for some friends from that were doing an exhibition on behalf of BioCare, which was kind of cool. But yeah, so we're down in Brighton, and towards I think it's the first week of May. But it's going to be interesting to put this one together.
Right, I'm going to ask you, going back to the album, I noticed you brought it out on vinyl, which is something that absolutely baffles me. Vinyl seems to be making a bit of a comeback.
Yeah, well, we're just about to release it on vinyl. We should have it at the end of April. But it's been interesting to see, the demand for vinyl increase, over the last few years. A nostalgic thing, yes. There's people talk about the technology and say, like, vinyl sounds better, which is like, I prefer it, to be honest. But it's been interesting. I think it was last year that the British music industry said that if it hadn't been for vinyl sales, then the whole caboodle would have dropped drastically last year. So it's interesting to see vinyl, making such a comeback. But the thing is, like, there's so few production plants now because all the vinyl plants all shut down. And now they're running about trying to find out all the units that create vinyl records again, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's in a sort of retrospective way. The only one good thing about vinyl, the one thing that you do miss with your MP3 downloads and your CDs to an extent, is the great artwork. And Marillion always had fantastic covers on all their albums.
Yeah, well, Mark Wilkinson has done all my solo stuff, and he's been brilliant on this one. I think the Feast of Consequences artwork's like he's the best stuff to date. And we've been working together since 1982, and we always loved the gatefold, and we love dealing with the packaging and putting the whole kind of tactile thing together. And it's I personally I don't even like CDs. It's like working. That's why I think I'm probably wearing glasses now, because I read lyrics in such small formats. But yeah, I mean, the gatefold sleeve is, the vinyl's allowed that to like kind of flourish again, which is kind of cool.
Pretty good. Of course, you was in Marillion for 8 years. What's your best memories of working with Marillion?
Probably play the Marquee Club in the old days. I think the adrenaline and the excitement that was about there, like the way it was all breaking through, that was kind of pretty exciting.
Certainly was. I was going to ask you a question that I put to Cole Hartness, the Spider, when he was on next year. It sort of like relates to the Marquee Club. A few weeks ago, I played one of the most requested Marillion tracks I get on this show, is Grendel. And I played the version you recorded at the Marquee Club when you were just about to go to Hammersmith. And from what you were saying, you had a lot of people moaning because you were going to play the big venues. And what's it like, do you think? Obviously, you've done the big venues, you've done the big festivals. What's it like when you go back to play the small venues again, like the Brook and like the Marquee Club?
Well, that's what I play. I mean, I think you're always adjusting. I mean, it's like you could be big in one country and still be trying to like find your grip on another one, And it's the same with your career. There's ups and downs and all the rest of it. So it's like, for example, I'm away to Mexico next weekend to play to about 2,500, 3,000 people, right? And then we come back, and then the next venue we play to maybe 300, 400. You're always adjusting. It's a crowd. I personally have always preferred like a kind of an audience you can touch. You know, we played the O2 in Mott the Hoople recently, and I was reminded like kind of what I loved about those venues, the fact you're playing to this big black abyss, you know, and you come off stage and it's just there's no sense of actually having played a concert to people, you know. So yeah, I mean, I like being able to touch and see the pink.
I think it's personally, as a fan, I think it's better than the big venues, particularly when you're packed in. Like, I've been to the Brook a few times in Southampton and going back there in 2 or 3 weeks for Magnum, and there's always such a great atmosphere, always pumping.
Yes, it's like, the Brook's great because you've got you've got the balcony kind of virtually facing the stage. And I think, you know, when you've got that kind of, when everybody's so close to the stage, it makes a far more intimate atmosphere. It brings something out. You know, there's no place to hide as a performer. You know, you're very much kind of bare, you know, as to who you are. You know.
That's right. Of course, going back to your album again, to me, it's very much got the feel of a concept album, particularly the High Wood.
Yeah, well, the High Wood section is 5 songs, or they're 5 songs that are related because they're all about the World War One, and in particular an area of the Somme battlefield in 1916. So yeah, I mean they hang very much together. But I mean the album's about kind of how we're living nowadays. I mean, you know, it's taken from a quote from Robert Louis Stevenson, which is eventually we'll dine on we will have a banquet of consequences or whatever it was. And it was, and I kind of feel that's where we are. We're kind of, you know, we're sitting in a position now where there's so many things we should have done and that we've not done, and it's affecting, you know, all our lives, you know, from in all sorts of ways, you know, spiritually and, you know, as far as the planet's concerned as well. I mean, you know, using up the resources that we have been doing and being in a situation we are now, and we're still, you know, blind to it to a certain extent. Which is kind of relates to the single that's coming at the end of April, which is Blind to the Beautiful, which has got a video attached to it, which is about, you know, how beautiful a place we're living on, and we just don't seem to be able to see it and appreciate it and nurture it as we should be doing. You know? Okay,
so you said can you get this through your website, or is this a download as well, your new single?
Yeah, well, the download's going to be on iTunes. We release on iTunes at the end of April. And as I said, you know, you can buy stuff on Amazon, but we sell everything through our own website as well. But I mean, you know, we're broadening out into iTunes. It gives us the capacity to look at a chart single. So there's going to be 2 single bundles available, you know, at the end of April for the Blind to the Beautiful clip. And we just hope that, like, you know, we get the support at radio, you know.
Okay, that's great. So let's hear it. Thanks once again for joining me tonight.
No, thanks. It was nice. Like I said, I apologise for, like, you know, being late.
That's all right. I mean, it's really good of you to speak to us. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot then, Fish.
Sure, bye then.
Bye.
The stars are fading, ashes to ashes and dust to dust. The bread we have broken, the wine we drank from tarnished cups. I stopped believing in miracles a long, long time ago. I lost my faith and I sacrificed my soul. I worshipped fallen idols, chased false prophets to an end, to where I just can't see the beautiful anymore. The ice retreating, mountains exposed in the sun, the earth is baking, raindrops precede the floods, and hurricanes with children's names write our history. The signatures tracked by satellites on high. We should have talked about the weather a bit more seriously. More than stocks and shares and corporate wares. We were blinded by the skeptics and their greed. I just can't see the beautiful anymore. I just can't see the beautiful anymore. And I howled and I cried when the melody died. The song was finally over. There was nothing to say. Words stole away. The meaning was lost in the ether. What there was left stopped making sense. A broken up alphabet, language dispersed. I just can't hear the beautiful anymore. Oceans are rising, islands in time disappear, the canyons burning, forests consumed by the flames, wildfires rage across the plains, to be stopped by barren soil. Deserted farms where seed refused to grow. I close my eyes to cloudless skies. I dream of what we had before. I just can't see the beautiful anymore. I just can't see the beautiful anymore. I just can't see the beautiful anymore.
A radio station at the heart of the Isle of Wight community.